Hi guys, Rachel here with the Cackling Moon. This is going to be another crystal haul video. If you love crystals, if you want to see beautiful crystals, and you're just curious to see what I picked up for myself, please keep on watching. All right, you guys, so I have another pretty crystals haul. Literally pretty and beautiful, gorgeous crystals, but also by the same seller that I bought from the previous crystal haul video that I showed you guys. So I was originally going to do a literal unboxing, like unboxing the crystals and whatnot, but I was so excited to open them up. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to film it. I'm just going to do just a haul video the next day. So I opened these pretty babies up last night and I'm just so excited to show you guys. So just to recap, these crystals I have purchased from Genna, who has a store, like a little online, her online biz, her crystal biz, and she goes by the name Pretty Crystals. So Pretty Crystals, here's her business card, and really gorgeous pieces. Like I said before, Genna has a really good eye for crystals. So my package came with her little business card, and then she added two little angel aura crystals, like cute tiny little babies. So really cute crystals, and I just freaking love Genna's taste. She has amazing taste in crystals. Ooh, like she also put little butterflies in the packaging, so I have like little iridescent butterflies like all over the place. Genna has a really good eye for crystals. I've seen people who will pick out crystals and whatnot, and you have to have a really good eye for quality stuff, and I feel like Genna has a really good eye for that stuff. So I really enjoy watching her lives. She does a Crystal Saturday, which is I believe it's a YouTube video for the most part, but she'll do like Crystal Saturday where she will talk about crystals and like the metaphysical properties and manifesting with crystals and setting your intentions with them and all of that stuff. So check out her YouTube channel. I will link it in the description box. But she also does live sales. I think she does them on Saturday or Sunday. They tend to pop up on the weekends. So follow her Pretty Crystals Instagram account to catch the lives. And I know a couple of you guys, some of my followers were in her live throughout this whole sale that where I bought all these babies from. So it was kind of fun to see you guys in there. And I know some of you guys purchased crystals from Genna, so I hope that you love them, and I hope that you were very satisfied with them, because I'm telling you, like, she has a really good eye for crystals, and I have literally added tons of new babies in my collection that I'm just so proud of, and I'm just so happy to have them, because holy shit. So without further ado, the previous video that I did, I showed you guys that I had bought a double terminated angel aura crystal from her, as well as this gorgeous sushi looking amethyst. And so beautiful crystals, and this one is like one that sits on my table for my tarot readings, so I had to show you guys that one just in case you didn't catch that that video. So if you didn't catch it, go look at it. Okay, so these crystals that I bought were from two separate live sales that Genna did. So the first one, she drove, so she's from Northern California, so she drove from Northern California over to Utah, and there was a guy who sells crystals and has them in a warehouse kind of a thing, and he had amazing prices for his crystals. You definitely see the difference in pricing for crystals from an out-of-state seller who sells from Utah, where Utah, there's a lot of mines and stuff that these crystals come from. So I just feel like when you go outside of California, you can find really amazing crystals for amazing prices, and so he had crazy prices, and I just knew, like, I knew I was going to be throwing down some money on these babies, because This stuff, if you were to buy it here in California, it's sad to say, the metaphysical stores would jack up the prices like crazy. So well, if you've been buying crystals long enough, you kind of are familiar with like what is, you know, too expensive, what is kind of like the right ballpark of pricing versus like freaking amazing prices. So I may share one or two of the prices that I paid for with my crystals, but I'm not gonna go in depth with everything with you guys of how much I paid. I did put a pretty penny down, we will say that, but they are absolutely like gorgeous. So let's just dive right in. So the first ones that I'm going to show you guys are the crystals that I picked up off of Genna's live for the Utah store. So let's start with the amethyst because that's pretty much everything that I bought. So in the first one that I was like, I claimed in the live is this gorgeous amethyst, which when I was looking at it, it reminded me of a mouth, like a mouth, right? Like it's smiling. So I was so intrigued by that, the way it looks. It just looks like a mouth, like lips to me. I really love the fact that it's like a little cave with the gorgeous amethyst, and you have different sizes of the amethyst. I wish I knew the proper terms, but I don't. So if you know the proper terms for this, please tell me. But basically, the deeper you go, the darker they get. And there's also clear quartz. There's some clear quartz pieces within this amethyst as well. So I really, really like that. So you could see the clear quartz right in there in the middle, and then along the outside too. But I love that. So I've seen that before with amethyst. It has clear quartz growing within her, and I was just so intrigued by that, so I love it. But gorgeous color. She's not as dark as my Uruguay amethyst, as you can see the difference there. But still beautiful nonetheless. So you have like the rock portion on the outside, and then you have the gorgeous mouth, her little lips there, right? So really, really beautiful piece of amethyst. So when I was like looking at her, I was just kind of like, I could lay some stuff here, other crystals if I wanted to, to kind of display little pieces or whatnot. It's just so gorgeous. So, and this one, woo! This one was $45, you guys. $45. Let me give you a perspective. So this one, I bought this one at a metaphysical store here in Southern California. And this one I paid $29.95. This one was $30 for this one, and he's kind of tumbled, he's I mean, come on, 45 bucks for a raw, huge, gigantic, I mean, this is huge. This is big. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So we'll see how many times I can say gorgeous in this video, right? But yeah, I freaking love her. So beautiful. The other amethyst that I picked up, now this one has a different look. This one was actually my last minute purchase. This one has a different look because the pieces of the crystal are actually smaller. So they're really, really tiny, and when they look like this, she sparkles really, really nicely. So the lighting in here isn't the greatest. I just have natural lighting in this room. But she does have a nice, really pretty sparkle when the light is catching her just right, and she's really heavy. So again, the back is a little bit different, the rock, but she's more of a, kind of like a geode, I would say, like the crystals on her are real small, but really beautiful shine. And then what I loved about her was she has lighter, more the clear quartz or really pale amethyst at the top. So I just love the way that she looked, and she's just so gorgeous. So pretty. So this is definitely like one of those like statement pieces that could go in the living room. I haven't decided just yet where I'm gonna put this one, but I might put this one in the living room or even in my bathroom, like on the kitchen sink, on the, you know, the counter. Might put her there too, but I haven't decided. So this one, I believe I paid $70 for this one. So really, really good size. Really amazing price. Because I'm telling you, if I were to pick up these crystals, these size crystals at a metaphysical store, they would, I mean, the prices would just be jacked up on these things. So huge and gorgeous. Okay. The other piece that I picked up, this is my other amethyst piece from Utah. Oh my God. So Genna listed this one as a lavender amethyst. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, it's clear quartz. And then it has like a faded, it's gonna come looking brown on the camera, but it's actually a very faded purple. And I was so in love when Genna had it in her hand. I was just like, holy shit, this thing is like freaking gorgeous. So it looks just like a little world. I mean, it's so pretty. So tons of like larger pieces up here. We have smaller pieces around throughout. It's just such a gorgeous little, not even a little, it's like huge. Beautiful chunk of clear quartz. But I guess, I mean, Genna labeled it lavender amethyst, so perhaps that's what the seller said it was. So either or, he had tons of amethyst, so I would, it could be, I guess. But I do have pale pieces of amethyst somewhere around here. It's not over here on the table though. But gorgeous piece. So freaking love it. I just love the different tones. And it's just such a showstopper. Like, I mean, you just see this and you're just like, you can't help but look at it and want to touch it. And so I freaking love this. So gorgeous. Heavy, but gorgeous. The fact that Genna had everything like packaged in a single flat rate large box. She had everything bubble wrapped perfect. You could tell Genna put a lot of care in the way that she wrapped these babies, because nothing was broken, everything was intact, everything was perfect, and it was just like everything got here safe and sound. So I was very much impressed. And then the last piece that I picked up from this live is a black tourmaline. There were huge pieces of black tourmaline, you guys. As soon as Genna she actually had one on the table, and it was huge. It was a big piece, and I was so close to buying it, but it wasn't long. It was like more of like a square shaped tourmaline, and I was like so close to purchasing it, but then I'm glad I waited because Genna pulled out another one, and I was like, oh, I'll take that one instead. So I was actually looking it up. So the black tourmaline, the pieces within it, this one has, I believe this is called mica. And I also feel like there's some pieces of pyrite in here, because it also has kind of like some goldish looking pieces to it, as you could see. So definitely this has mica in it. Maybe clear quartz. It could be also clear quartz. I don't really know. But it's just like another little world within this middle section of the black tourmaline. And then the black tourmaline is a gorgeous black, absolutely gorgeous. Black tourmaline can be a little bit, like it could break easily, or like, it's kind of similar to, selenite. So you know how selenite can be flaky? Black tourmaline can be that way too, but not nearly as fragile. But this piece is so gorgeous, and black tourmaline is really, really good for protection, really good for absorbing negative energy. This is the biggest piece of black tourmaline that I own. I have another piece somewhere around here. Let me see. Oh, I thought I had one. Oh, here it is. This was my biggest piece of black tourmaline that I used to own, and you can see the quality of this one. Not nearly as gorgeous and nice as this one. So like, look at how much darker. So yeah, this is no longer the largest piece of black tourmaline that I own. This one, in fact, I'll probably put this one near my front door because it's good to put some by your front door for protection. But now that I have this gorgeous one, this is gonna be on my reading table, absorbing all that nasty energy from doing so many client readings and stuff. Sometimes you just need to like have something to just like suction all of that up. So gorgeous. Okay. Now, then a few days after Genna's Utah live, she actually went live with another seller that was in California. So this seller had done tons and tons of different pieces, and I went into the live telling myself I'm not going to buy anything. I'm not going to buy anything because I spent already a lot of money on my other crystals, and I was just like trying to behave. And then Genna pulls out freaking amethyst flowers, which I've never seen before. Now, she had totally different ones, but they all look like little flowers. These are so dainty. And this one, I was just so intrigued by it because it's it's a pale, real pale color. And it's just really pretty. Like, I don't know, I've never seen amethyst like this before. Like, it literally looks like little flowers. So she had this one up, and I think this one was $30. I don't remember how much it was, but it wasn't that much. It wasn't that expensive. The seller, the second one that she did with, I could tell the prices were a little bit more than what she got over at Utah. So I'm just saying, like, there's a difference when you go out of state to buy your stuff. But yeah, so I picked up this one because I just thought it was too cute to pass up. A little flower, and he'll look pretty on my stand back there. And then I told myself no more amethyst. I already have so many now. So I asked in the live, I asked Genna if this person has any aquamarine. You guys know I love my aquamarine. Let me get it for the sake of the video. So you guys know I am aquamarine obsessed. It's my favorite stone. Aside from amethyst, aquamarine is my other favorite. It's so good for anxiety, and it's really good for calming anxieties and just calming your energy in total. It's good for working with your throat chakra. It's good for self-love, and just all of the above. And so aquamarine for me is the stone. So I have like small pieces. This one, I'm gonna do this as a comparison because I feel like I got a freaking steal on this aquamarine. So I have some tumbled pieces of it, which are so pretty. And aquamarine comes in different shades. So the higher quality aquamarine is obviously the translucent, like a sky blue color. That's like high grade aquamarine. And then you have like the lower grade, which is more of like these, you know, greenish colored ones, which is kind of what I have here. But the only thing is, to me, aquamarine is like, I think of aquamarine as like the ocean, mermaids, you know, that kind of thing. So I actually prefer the greener look to it, like when it's more of a greener hue versus like the blue. So this one has more of a sky blue, and the camera is not going to do justice because because it's just not. But this one has more blue. Okay, this is more of a higher grade piece versus like my tumbled stone. This one is more green. So can you kind of see the difference? So anyways, at the metaphysical store, this little piece I spent $65 on. This is like my most precious crystal I've ever and it was not cheap. So 65 bucks, look at how teeny tiny it is, right? Well, in this live with Genna, and I wish I could remember the name of the crystal store that she was doing it with, but I can't remember right now. So she pulls out this drawer of aquamarine, and I was like, holy shit. And of course, the first one that Genna reaches for is the biggest piece. And I was like, this girl. So she pulls out the biggest piece of aquamarine, And it is a slab of this gorgeous greenish blue color, which I mean, that's like the beauty of aquamarine. It's like this greenish blue color. And it's just like so, it just reminds me so much of the ocean. It reminds me of mermaid energy. It's just so gorgeous. And this thing was priced at 80 bucks compared to 65 for this little slab. Like this tiny little slab. And so I was like, oh my God, I have to have this. So she pulled, I was quiet at first when she was pulling out the aquamarine because she pulled out the biggest piece. So I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to spend that much right now, or I just bought crystals. And then she pulls out, Genna reaches for like smaller pieces to show. And I was just like sitting there thinking, that is such a good price for this big old chunk of gorgeousness. So I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna buy it. So I ended up, like the sucker that I am, I ended up buying the biggest piece because that's just me, and it's not every day that I find aquamarine. Like literally, like crystal shops, at least the ones that I've gone to here in Southern California, they never have aquamarine. I don't know why. So it's one of those stones where I don't see it often in the stores. The last piece of aquamarine I bought was this tiny little tumbled stone, and that's it. That she only had one, so I was like, really? That's it? And this one was 10 bucks. 10 bucks for this tiny little piece. So aquamarine does not, it just doesn't, it's, I don't know. The metaphysical stores around here don't have it. So I was like, I am not gonna pass this up. I have to have this. And so I have to have this, and have this I will, and I do. So this is a gorgeous flat slab of aquamarine, which obviously if I wanted to, I could showcase, you know, other crystals on top of it if I wanted to. I don't know, it's just definitely like a piece that I am so happy to have, and I freaking love it. So let's see how, yeah, in the lighting, it's just a very pale green blue color. It is so pretty. So I am one happy girl. Freaking love it. So that is the crystals that I purchased within the last week or so. The other thing I will say, because I'm doing a lot of like definitely vouching for pretty crystals, is Genna's so professional with the way she does things. She'll take the payment, she ships, like she gives you an invoice, she ships them ASAP, and she doesn't just like put them in a box and send them. She really takes care with how she does it. So you're gonna open a big box. Like I opened a big old flat rate box, and the crystals were literally wrapped upon wrapped, probably like 3 or 4 layers of bubble wrap. And then some of the crystals, like this one, my little lips, she like stuck in like toilet paper or what's it called? Oh my God, what is it fucking called? Paper towel. and inserted it inside the mouth just to keep the crystals from being chipped or broken. So you could tell like she put care into it. And all of these fucking babies were in one box. Like it was a heavy box, but she did it, you know? And I mean, this piece was it's very fragile. So it was wrapped upon wrapped, and it was just, Genna took care in the way she did it. And I really appreciate that, because I'm sure it's frustrating if you spend a lot of money on crystals to have them delivered in a box and it's just like they're not taken care of, and what if it broke? I mean, that would be heartbreaking. So I very much was appreciative of that. Very much appreciative. And the shipping was fast. So I mean, obviously she lives in Northern California, so she's, you know, only like 6 or 7 hours away from me, but they came within 2 days. So it was just perfect, and I'm just so happy. So now I have like all these delicious pieces in my collection, and I freaking love it. So Genna, I will always remember that fun ass live, because I'm telling you, her live when she was in Utah was like 4 hours long. I'm not even kidding you. Like she went live at 5. It was like 5 p.m. here, and I think she was done with it by like, I don't know, 9, 10. It was probably even longer than 4 hours. And I was in it for a good amount of time because it's just so relaxing to listen to her talk and like watch her, you know, show the crystals and stuff. I mean, it's just so relaxing. But at the same time, it was fun. So it was like a fun hangout at the same time. But I was just so pumped because I knew I was going to be having some beautiful crystal babies coming home with me, and the fact that the fact that these babies came from another state is just also exciting in itself, because you know they each have a story to them, and it's like, oh my gosh, like this whole time you were sitting in a warehouse in Utah, who would have known you would be in my home now? So it's just kind of fun when you think about it that way. But yeah, so very happy, very excited. Probably won't be buying crystals for a long time because I'm pretty much like on crystal overload right now. But I'm very excited to have these gorgeous pieces in my collection, and I'm very thankful for having been able to stumble across Genna's whole, and you know, her whole world. So very much appreciative of that. And yeah, so I'm just one of those big people, like I'm big on buying products, buying crystals, buying whatever I'm buying from somebody who just has really good ethics, and someone who's just really who just has good energy, you know what I mean? Like if you're gonna buy crystals from someone, you gotta make sure that they have a good vibe to them, or at least you vibe with them, and they have a good energy, because you're taking something from them, you know what I mean? Like, so that energy exchange is important to me, and I just totally vibe with Genna's energy, and I just love it. So I am gonna go now, you guys. I'm gonna go find places to put these and take some pretty pictures with them for my Instagram. But anyways, check out Genna's crystal Instagram page. Check out and see what she has. Check out her lives every weekend when she goes live. I'm telling you, you guys are gonna find something you'll love. But until then, you guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you here another day for another haul, another time. Love you guys. Bye-bye.